The end to bullet teleportation. Rudy is coming back with a nerf, and we're getting 200 additional levels added on to the mystical monument. Seriously, watch out, Mr. Petrick. Chicken competition is back on. In today's video, I will be talking about and breaking down the September Boom Beach update, the calm before the storm. Let's do this. Good morning, good afternoon, and yes, good evening, Skull Army and friends. It's your boy, your friendly and neighborhood SkullCrusher, coming right back at you with another Boom Beach video. And in today's video, sneak peek and breakdown for the Boom Beach fall update, the calm before the storm. Now, this update will be dropping sometime next week, and I'm very excited to break this down and go through it with you because we've got about three pages of notes, and we'll be covering everything from balance changes, including the nerfs coming to Captain Rudy. We're going to be talking about some bug fixes with regards to UI and the main island, battle improvements / overall improvements, and then we'll be finishing things off with regards to some of the new features that we'll be dropping as well. So this is going to be a very exciting sneak peek video because Boom Beach has let the BoomTubers know, so we can tell you guys that we do actually have some big things coming up later in the year. So the whole point about this update right now is to just seriously build up some anticipation, some hype for bigger things that will be coming towards the end of the year. So we're getting an update drop sometime next week, and then Boom Beach has let us know that this is in anticipation for bigger things at the end of the year. I will be recording majority of the video on the main server, but you're going to be seeing a lot of clips from the dev build on today's video as well. So I normally give the spew about how I am on the dev build, which is a private server lent to me by Supercell for the purpose of testing out new features and updates, then showcase to you, the Skull Army, and friends. But with that being said, we're actually not on the dev build right now. We are on the main island, but you will be seeing a lot of clips from the dev build here. So we're going to begin with some of the balance changes. Proto Troop upgrade costs are now capped at 1,500. Rudy is coming back. Rudy. We put him in the game for one play and he made a tackle. Rudy! Yeah, we love Rudy. He's coming back, baby. So check this out. We're going to be talking about the slight nerfs that will be coming to Captain Ruddero, aka Rudy here. I know I butcher his name. Rudy is coming back. Rudy's wingman ability now costs 3 + 3 gunboat energy. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be costing 3 gunboat energy every time you use it. First cost 3 gunboat energy, second cost 6 gunboat energy, third cost 9 gunboat energy, and so on. Seeker Shot costs 7 + 7 gunboat energy and now deploys 4 Seekers. Previously, it only deployed 2 Seekers, so that's good that we are getting a slight buff in the Seeker count for the Seeker Shot. Seeker Shot's Seeker count is now properly shown in the info screen. Life Leech is now calculated using a percentage of the damage done instead of constant value per hit. Area attacks can now also trigger Life Leech. Mitigating damage with shields or abilities reduces the amount of Life Leech gained. Gunboat energy now supports partial energy gain. For example, if a sector boost increases gunboat energy gains from destruction by 10%, previously these energy gains would have been rounded down and the boost would have had no effect. Now, no rounding will be done. For example, if we destroy 4 buildings with 10% boost, players will get the following energy for each building. The old format was 3, 3, 3, 3. You got 3 gunboat energy for every building you destroyed. 3.3 rounded down to 3, which means the total is 12. You destroyed 4 buildings, 3 gunboat energy per building, you got 12 gunboat energy. Now, the new format will be 3, 3, 3, 4. Hear me out here. So it's going to be 3.3 plus 3.3 plus 3.3 plus 3.3. Total 13.2. At the fourth building, the decimals added up to a full energy point. So we're pretty much getting an extra gunboat energy with this new format here. And honestly, don't ever tell me that one never made a difference, whether it was just one additional gunboat energy you needed or one additional key in warships. We're going to be moving over to some of the bug fixes, UI, user interface, and some of the main island. Fixed centering issue with some icons, mainly proto-defense icons. Fixed UI issue with Kavan's Galvanizing Presence perk that showed it affected by troop boosts. Fixed a bug where landing crafts could go out of position while constructing them. Fixed combat HUD heads-up display showing gunboat ability being available too early and displaying not enough energy if player immediately pressed it. Fixed Q statues sometimes holding Sculptor Optimizer incorrectly and starting with full sculpt time instead. We're going to be making our way over to some of the battle changes and improvements. This one is great. It does primarily relate more so to warships, but when we do have the choppers on the main island, it does relate as well. Spawned units from destroyed choppers now move to active flare. Bunkers damage reduction no longer affects the neighboring buildings if they both are hit with the same projectile. Fixed various situations where units might ignore flares. Bullet's shock knuckles will no longer move him over long distances. So after how many years, we are finally seeing Supercell put an end to what's formerly known as bullet teleportation, which is essentially where Bullet would activate shock knuckles on a defense or building, and prior to that building being destroyed, and shock knuckles being active, Bullet would then automatically retarget the closest building or defense with his shock knuckles due to the fact that the initial target was destroyed before his shock knuckles would land, resulting in a incredible flying glitch, which showcased Bullet literally flying across the map to the closest building or defense. So this is now going to be fixed. RIP Bullet teleportation. It was really fun while it lasted. Prevent Rudy's bombing run from extending beyond the gameplay and borders. Fixed Rudy's bombing run freeze caused by hidden proto-defenses. A perfect example of Warship Season 64 Naval Aviation. Whenever that hot pot would pop up, Rudy would literally freeze in place for about, 6 to 8, 10 seconds. So this is now fixed as well. Fixed shock knuckles not destroying mines. Fixed unit versus unit retargeting, causing issues in situations where the unit causing retargeting does not yet get selected as the new target. For example, Seekers are unable to target anything but the engine rooms and would stall due to critters causing retargeting. So, not the end of the world, but that's good that that is being addressed. We're going to be making our way over to some of the overall improvements. Numerous UI fixes, mostly text placement issues, and adding darkening to backgrounds. Warship Shop Creator Support pop-up. Improved performance when applying certain statue effects, such as Speed Serum, to large amount of troops. Removed the Friends tab from the Mystical Monument leaderboards. The button for the Mystical Monument leaderboard is shown when visiting other players through the Mystical Monument leaderboard. If resources in the inventory are at or over the max capacity, these resources are shown with orange text. New landing craft troop UI, in addition to showing when all troops are ready, shows when the next troop is ready. Submarine dives can now be sped up with diamonds or time savers by tapping the buoy on the archipelago map. We're going to be making our way over to some of the newer features surrounding the Mystical Monument. Now, I do want to point out, yes, the Mystical Monument is getting 200 additional levels. The Mystical Monument will now be going up to level 500, but I am not allowed, none of the BoomTubers, we are not allowed to show you the visual upgrades of the Mystical Monument for 400 and 500. So there will be 2 new visual upgrades to the Mystical Monument at 400 and 500, but it's going to be a surprise for everyone, so just keep that in the back of your mind. Mystical Monument can now be built to level 500. 2 new visual upgrades have been added. New UI feature, the Event Sidebar. A new UI element has been added that shows all currently active events and how to unlock them. This sidebar is accessed from the calendar button at the right side of the screen in the home base. If there is an arrow icon to the event, tapping it takes the player to the event. Moving on to the helper, the building suggester has been replaced with a helper icon. If there are outstanding tasks, the helper will remind the players of this. Tapping the Go button will take the player to that task. The building suggester and path of glory can be accessed via this screen. The task suggestion text can be toggled on/off in the gameplay options menu. So Skull Army and friends, we've got a slew of UI fixes, improvements, balance changes, minor buffs, and nerfs with regards to some new features surrounding the Mystical Monument, and of course some UI upgrades as well. Very exciting for the September Boom Beach update, the calm before the storm. Remember, this is all in anticipation for much bigger things coming towards the end of the year. So yes, we are getting our fall update, which should be dropping sometime next week, and then at the same time, we're being told that we have much bigger things coming towards the end of the year. Skull Army and friends, thank you all so much for watching today's sneak peek and breakdown for the Boom Beach Fall update, the calm before the storm. If you have made it this far into the video, please do not forget to leave a like. It does mean the absolute world to me, does help the channel grow, and yes, of course, it does appease our YouTube algorithm overlords. We will officially be wrapping up today's sneak peek video. I do believe it's now time to make like a Tom and cruise.
I'm an actor.
Have a wonderful night. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!